Hey everybody, welcome back. Evan Yogi, the original Grognard. Yeah, nobody's here right now. This is a live stream. I haven't done this for a while, so I figured I would go ahead and do it. And for those of you that are watching, I'm going to go quiet for a little bit because I gotta go set up and share the video on all my channels. So you're gonna hear some silence. So I'll be right back. Alrighty. Oh, only 2 minutes for me to set that up. Sorry about that. Had to share it to a couple channels. I don't think anybody's on yet. That's okay. Oh, there are two people on. So say hi, boys and girls. We're all live streaming. Can we focus this any better? Maybe. All right. So a couple things from the last game. Oh, we are continuing our playthrough. Storming the Gap 85, Storm and Steel scenarios 5, Raid on Regensburg, Czechoslovakians against West Germans. A couple things I do need to go over. Last turn we had some fire power that went into a hex, and we thought it was going to set it on fire, but I couldn't find the exact ruling on it. And so I contacted Keith and says, yes, cultivated can set on fire. It's like, I thought it could because, we've set it on fire before. So yeah, when you make the roll for a cultivated hex, 1, 2, or 3, or 4, it's no effect. 5 or 6, it catches on fire. Normally, when you fire into like buildings or woods or any other type of burnable hex, 1, 2, 3 is nothing. 4 rubbles, and we saw that happen in this woods hex right here. And 5 and 6 catches on fire. And if a fire in cultivated burns out, you put a burned out marker on it. I totally forgot about the burned out markers. If I'd remembered about the burned out markers, I'd have probably remembered the ruling for fires and cultivated. So, yeah. Also, we had a little bit of an issue. Well, not really an issue. The Jaeger that, oh no, that's a Leo. That's the dead Leo. There we go. The Jaeger ran out of missiles. And what I did is I just went ahead and removed it from the map, thinking it was pretty much worthless at that point. And I had a listener, viewer, follower point out, it's like, well, it can still spot for artillery, which he is completely correct. It can still spot for the onboard mortar, and it's in a good position to do it. And he also reminded me that there was a random event that could happen that would rearm the missile unit. Rare chance of it happening, but it could happen. I knee jerked a little too quick and just pulled it off. So we're going to put the Jaeger back on the field and see if we can see what he continues to do. If you're talking in the chat, I can't see. All messages are visible. I'm trying to it's been so long since I did this. Uzi, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you around in a while. Okay, just want to make sure that people could chat, and I'm assuming that that people can hear me just fine. So yes, I can't wait for people to get this game either. Soon-ish. Soon, yes. We'll leave it at that. All right, so we're going to be stepping into turn 10. That's oh, thank you, Mr. Never Been to Europe. Do love the advice and the hints that you kind of slid out to me. So I appreciate that, Mr. Never Been to Europe. Okay, we're going into turn 10. Way out there. Can I even zoom when I'm in this mode? Oh, I can. Wow. I can really zoom. So we're going into turn 10. You gotta remember, I've only got 12 turns. So, okay, can we zoom back out? There we go. Nope, stop that. This is what happens with someone who is not technically savvy. Oh, stop it. Tries to mess with his phone once every 6 months to live stream. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. Shuffle the formation cards. I need to get card sleeves for these. I went up to my LGS and I talked to Jason up there, and yeah, they've got card sleeves. I mean, it's a game store. They got card sleeves galore. I just didn't know what sizes to get. Now the problem is, what kind of card sleeves? Oh, good. People can hear me. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. What kind of card sleeves to get for these? Because I mean, all the card sleeves out there are all fantasy based because it's all magic. I mean, there's GI Joe card sleeves. I suppose I could get, or you just get some plain colored one, but that's boring. So I don't know. I have to look at more at them. And thinking about getting some card sleeves for the tactical assistant. So I'll just have to take him up there and see what he's got available. And I don't plan on sleeving all of these cards because, as you can tell, I mean, there's all the cards right there from the game. Where is that? No, that's not even all of them. That's just the ones from the Storming the Gate. That's just the cards from the expansion set, except for the administrative over there on the left-hand side. So yeah, you sleeve the cards. They end up being about double the size. So I just want to get a few sleeves so I can have enough to sleeve the cards that are actually in the game. So no, not discarded. So we'll just have to take a look at it. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and jump into. Let's try to finish off these turns. 241 Panzer. Okay. Now, what are they going to do? Let's see. We removed all the markers. Don't need to remove all the markers because they've already been removed. Got no disruptions. Headquarters. I think we're going to leave the headquarters where it's at back here in the city. So that means we're going to have to roll for the Leo to be in command. Command rating of 7.6. He is in command. Not good for the Czechoslovakian. Of course, it's two Leos. What exactly? Yeah, I say that mockingly. What possibly could the Leo do? And yeah, he'll probably wipe out half my forces down there. All right, so go ahead and pull a card for him. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pull it for him. He's one of the 2 units in line of sight of something. Actually, this Leo, I just noticed. Oh, no, yeah, that Leo can see that T-55 because you got to remember hills are level 2 and the man himself, Keith, if I muck up, yeah, I'm sure you can pop right in. I usually go so fast I tend not to try to get caught up on questions, but yes sir, I will definitely ask him. But yeah, so hills are level 2 and this ridge line is up level 2 and those woods are level 1. So yeah, that Leo can see that T-55. That was a bad move on my part, but we are going to go ahead and pull for that Leo right there. It's going to be red because it is at point blank range that he can see something. Fire, again, we're going to see that most times when you pull the card, although occasionally it has thrown a monkey wrench at my way like it did last turn and gave me an assault order. Okay, so the Leo 1 is going to fire at that T-55 because that's the most dangerous unit that it, well, yeah, let's go ahead and fire at that unit. I mean, I could dice it. He could fire at the recon. He could fire there. There. Actually, he's got a bunch of targets. Actually, no, because we got this Leo that could see him. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that Leo against that T-55. It's going to be 3 dice at 5, but it's going to be point blank range. So 3 dice at 4. Let's see. 2 hits. All right. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to speak up. I mean, don't make me feel so lonely here. 2 dice at 5, but it's going to be 3 dice at 5 because of the woods for defense. And there we go. Well, 1 hit. 1 hit saved, reduces it to 1. 1 hit. So that's going to disrupt the T55. That's going to be ops complete for the Leo. All right, so let's go ahead and draw for this Leo here. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes, range of 11. So this is going to be point blank range as well. So it's going to be red. So yeah, again, fire. So that Leo's going to open up. It's going to be 3 dice at 6. It's going to be point blank range, or not 3 dice at 6. That's a defense. 4 dice at 5. So it's going to be 4 dice at 4 for being point blank. Ooh, however, they are concealed. They have not shot yet. Don't get you killed. I'll try not to, Thomas. They haven't activated yet. There's not a friendly unit next to them, so they are concealed. Okay, see, I was trying to do this without having to look to my chart. Let's see what concealed does for you. Although I'm sure Keith could pop up with it. I may find it before the lag gets through and he's able to say, so we'll look at the charts, because all this stuff is on the charts. There we go. Indirect. That's every dice roll. Concealed. Oh, +1 defense bonus. Okay. So it's +1 defense bonus, so it's still going to be 4 dice at 5, or 4 dice at 4 because it's point blank range. Oh, dice jumping out on me. So there's 2 hits right there. And we have 1 more dice. Oops. You can't see the cup. What do we got? Nope. So it's going to be 2 hits. So it's going to be 2 dice at 5 for defensive. But he's going to get another +1 dice for the woods, and then another one for concealed. Wow, 4 dice at 5. 1. All right, so he saves 1 hit. So 1 hit gets through, which is going to disrupt him, which is going to slow down my assault a lot. It's distressing. So that's going to be that Leo. You know what? Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and make a command decision, and I'm going to say that this unit, the Jaeger that we brought back in, just because I was pointed out that you can still spot with him, he's going to call in artillery for the 81s on the 113 back here. So, and basically he can see anybody. Should we keep hitting the disrupted? Well, I don't think we need to hit the disrupted. Let's go after something that's not disrupted. Let's go after this T55 over here. I think he's going to go ahead and spot on that T55 right there. So we need to make a command rating, or a command roll. It's going to be a 7. 9. Nope. Fails the command roll. So that means that is going to mark the onboard artillery, the 113, as having fired, because he failed the command check. Let's see, what do we want to do now? I don't think, yeah, those guys are out of line of sight of anything. Actually, he might be able to see. No, it's going to be the blind hex with the city right there. I'm fairly certain. I keep forgetting my little Gepard back here. I mean, it's, you know, armor piercing, 2 dice at 5. You know, it's not too bad. But I think he is kind of in the blind hex location. I'm not going to check the rules. I'm sure Keith will yell at me for it in a little bit. So I don't think we need to move anybody else. Yeah, I think we're good. I think that's going to be it for the activations for the West Germans. Next card. Ooh, Battlefield Event. I love Battlefield Event. Yeah, this is where the HOTS will get reloaded. I'll roll that. Let's see, 3. Ooh, the lower numbers are always, let's just say, more interesting. Okay, so 3 on the Battlefield Events table. Higher Command Headquarters. A higher command has sent staff officers forward to assist on the battlefield if possible. If possible, immediately flip any one of your friendly headquarters back to its unreduced side, or if possible, remove one of your HQs from the suppressed HQ box on the holding box card and stack it with one of the far. Ooh, this is actually pretty good. It's not going to have any effect on NATO, because NATO doesn't have any reduced HQs. But if you remember, the Czechs do have a reduced HQ. So we're going to do it like we do everything else. 1, 2, 3, it affects NATO. 4, 5, 6, it's going to affect the pack. And we get a 5. So that's going to flip these guys back over to their full strength side. I have not seen that happen before. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, the events seem to have been going the way of the pack forces, or the Czechs mostly in this game. So let's go ahead and see what else we got next. And I'm hoping in 720p that people can see this clearly. And ops card. Next card, 479th Motorized Rifle Regiment. That's the Czechoslovakians. Remove command markers or end ops. We don't have any end ops. We need to decide what we're going to do with the headquarters. 1, 2. Oh, since they're back at full strength, that makes their command range 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, there's no. Well. Can I move the headquarters? 1, 2, 3. Okay, moving the headquarters there will put me in range of the artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we like that. We're going to go ahead and do that. So we got nothing out of command, but we got 2 units that are disrupted that we have to try to bring back. Command rating of 6. We'll go for this one first. No, 12. Bad failure. This one, 10. Great, not much. Keith, I need to yell at you. The Soviets have got too low a disrupted. Of course, I say that playing as the Soviets. When I'm playing against the Soviets, I think they're too high. Oh yeah. So see, that's the thing. People are talking, but it's not staying up. I got to figure out. How to keep that up there. But yeah. All righty. All right, so now we're going into operations. You know what? Let's just go ahead and have this recon unit call in the artillery from the Danas, because I love shooting the Dana. Like I said, the wheeled 155 just amuses me to no end. Recon doesn't have to make a command check. We're going to go ahead and drop the artillery right there. It's going to be 3 dice at 4. And we got 1 hit. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, so 1 hit. Now you got to remember, artillery against hard targets is a little bit different. They get 1 dice, period. Plus, they get any defensive bonuses. They are in woods, so they'll get a 2nd dice. So we got 2 hits, or 2 dice to save against. Let's see, what do we got? 4 and a 6. So yeah, they both, they say he actually saved one of them because his armor save is a 6. So shrugs off the artillery strike. And he'll be marked ops complete. I got to push on the city. I mean, that's kind of all there is to it. I've got to push on the city. Oh, this is going to be ugly. I know they've got a Milan in there, and as soon as I poke my nose out, they're going to shoot me. Well, you know what? Let's go with the weakest unit first to try to draw their fire. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and at that point, the Milan is going to go ahead and pop off. And we got the Milan 2, ATGM. So they're going to go ahead and pop off op fire. It's going to be 4 dice at 4. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's minimum range. Oh, I forgot about that. It's got the black diamond on it, or the black triangle. Yes. Oh, and there's Keith correcting me. Yep. See, I caught it. I sometimes know what I'm doing. All right, so the Milan can't. But the Martyr's got a Milan as well. That leaves the infantry. Well, the infantry's got 2 dice at 5. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, it's better than nothing. So 2 dice at 5 against the T-55s. Oh, 1 hit. Okay. 1 hit. And yeah, I recommend whenever you roll the dice for the number of hits, go ahead and put a dice down next to the counter, just so especially when you're playing solitaire, so you don't remember how many hits you actually inflicted. So 2 dice at 5. The T-55 is going to get 2 dice at 5 in return. There's no defensive modifiers because he's uncultivated. 6. So he got 1 save. I am making a lot of saves for these T-55s. These are some of the luckiest T-55s I have ever seen. All right, so that's going to be the infantry. Oh, you know what? No, I get 2 extra dice for the headquarters. Aren't you glad I remembered that? 2 dice, extra dice for the headquarters. And if these get through, now 4 and 1, they miss. All right, so gotta remember those 2 dice, those extra 2 dice for the HQ. And technically, that's just the infantry in the headquarters. The Jaeger can still activate, although Well, technically the Jaeger can fire at this guy up here. I may have to have the Jaeger fire because this guy's still up on the hill up here. I may have to do that. So, all right. And then fire and move or assault. That's going to be 2 dice. Let's assault. Just because that would look really cool on the big screen. However, it's a reduced unit. So it's 1 dice at 4. Oh, got the 1 hit. Nice. Oh, yeah. Gunshot. I knew. Yeah, the dice are not against me tonight. I don't know what to. Well, they're not against the Czechoslovakians, and I don't know what to do with myself when the dice are never against me. Leopard still get, even though it's ops complete, it still gets its defense 2 dice at 4. Okay, so 2 saves. Or no, that's 2 hits. That's not saves. Yeah, well, this is straight to 2 hits. All right, so we mark it 2 hits against the T-55. First hit is going to disrupt it. Second hit is going to be a step loss, which is going to destroy it. But we did do 1 hit against the Leo, so and there is no armor saves against close assault, so he is disrupted. That is actually really good because now that's going to allow this T-55 to go 1, 2, and then assault the Gepard. The Gepard can do defensive fire. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go this way. 1. Oh, wreck marker. Yes, good call. Forgot about the wreck marker for the T-55. See, I can't play the game without Keith being around. What's up with that? Well, I play the game poorly, let's put it that way. So, wreck marker, get the T-55 right there, because I think the line of sight is going to be blocked. And then 2 more to move in. Well, I got my measuring device. Let's check it. So we're going from here to there. Yeah, eclipse the city. Eclipse the city hex. Yeah, so we're going to say line of sight is going to be blocked. 2 dice at 4 for the assault. 2 hits. Oh, good. We like seeing that. 2 hits. Now, the Leo still gets its 2 dice. However, since it's disrupted, its armor or its assault value goes to a 6. So it is looking at 2 dice at 6. I'm going to roll 2 6s. Watch it. 5 and a 2. Okay. So the T-55 inflicted 2 hits. The Leo inflicted 0 hits. The T-55 won the combat. So that is going to push the Leo out of the hex. And the T-55 will go ahead and be able to pursue or to occupy it. Now, according to the rules, I could make, since it's a mechanized unit or an armored unit, vehicle unit, it can make another move, another hex of movement, but it can't go into assault again, and I don't think I want to move anywhere else, so I think we're just going to leave him there. Now we got to inflict the casualties. The Leo did no hits to the T-55, but the T-55 did 2 hits to the Leo. Let's go ahead and make sure we leave the wreck marker there. She's already taken 1 hit. First hit will reduce her a step. Second hit will destroy her. Okay. Things are definitely looking up. And we get a wreck marker. Rex marker, not a wreck, not singular. It is plural. Rex marker in the hex. Or actually, since it was destroyed in this hex, it would the Rex marker would stay in the hex that the assault happened in, I do believe. So... okay, no, we like that. That's good. All right, now what else are we going to do? Okay, well, let's... now we got to make a push on the city. We haven't got many turns left. We got 2 platoons here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the Martyr can fire high explosive, or 20 millimeter. So let's go ahead and do 2 dice at 5. Firing at the approaching OT-65s, or OT-64s. 2 dice at 5. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. 2 hits. Crap. All right, 2 hits. I get a single dice at 6 for the save on the on the armored personnel carrier. 1 dice at 6. Yeah, ouch. So 1, so that's 2 hits. So that is going to reduce, it's going to disrupt and reduce one of the transports, and it's going to do something to the infantry. 4, 5, or 6 reduces the infantry? I believe it is. 1, 2, 3, the infantry safe. 4, 5, 6, it reduces it. Uzi, pop, 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 bones getting lit. Yeah, pretty much. And it's a 1, so they do not get disrupted or do not get reduced. So the infantry is still good. Do they automatically disembark? No, they don't disembark. I don't think so. I'm sure Keith will correct me. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be ops complete for the Martyr, and thank you, Keith, for reminding me that they do not fall out. And going to be 6. I'd like to get in there to assault, but I don't have the movement points, but I can set myself up for next turn. So there's that. What else do we have? Again, we need to keep pushing on the city. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be a lot of infantry firepower that we're going to be putting on that city hex next turn. I still don't think I'm going to be able to exit the number of units off the board that I thought I was going to exit off. Wow, 15 people. What's up with that? Well, that basically just leaves the recon unit. Nothing can really shoot at him. Whoops. I got the Milan sitting out over here all by its lonesome. Needs to be with the infantry. Not that it can shoot at anything. Yeah, and I remember why I stuck it there, because I'm going to use it to light up things on the ridge line. Yeah. I don't know. If a Milan's wandering on its own, you've got to wonder what it's doing. What do we want to do with that recon? I could, well, no, I need to try to exit units. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get those. Oops, you couldn't even see that. So we'll do the Rodovezveki. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So that's going to be it for the Czechs. Up and ops. There we go. Both units activate, or both formations activated. So no card is held out. Advance the turn. Marker to 11 down there. And shuffle. So you can see how quickly this game does play. I mean, if I was just playing solitaire or yammering back and forth with somebody else, I would still be getting the turns up pretty quick. I say 20 minutes later. And remove markers. Well, ops complete and out of command. Reshuffle the reshuffle the whole 2 cards of the solitaire deck. Put those off to the side, and let's see. Oh, 241st Panzer again. All right. Remove markers, no remove markers. HQ, I think the HQ needs to stay exactly where it's at, so that means we roll for the Leo's command rating again. Oops, sorry, got a dice in there. 3. Okay, they're good to go. Okay, what do we got? I think what we want to do is, I think the headquarters is going to call in artillery fire first. I think that's probably a little bit more mission critical, is that the HQ calls in the artillery. So I'm making a command decision for the solo assistant. I do that a lot with artillery. Your mileage may vary. So, yeah, I think we're going to call in the artillery on that OT-64 unit right there. So, actually, this is going to affect the mortars. So it's going to be 3 dice at 5. I don't need to roll a command rating because it's the headquarters. So it's all good. Artillery comes in. Oh, I keep forgetting that. Yeah, that's one of the old holdovers. I got to roll for scatter. Thank you, Keith. And I should have done that with the Dana earlier, but I missed that. All right, so roll for scatter. 1, it's good. It's on target. So didn't even pay attention to what the dice rolls were, but it's 3 dice at 5. 4, 4, 3, nothing. So West German artillery has been surprisingly inefficient this entire game. All right, let's see. We got a Leo. It's going to be at a point-blank range. We got all this stuff down here. Oh, no, we got a disrupted unit. I should have rolled for the disrupted unit. No, I didn't have a disrupted unit. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was the Leo that was disrupted. It's no longer disrupted. Yeah, I've had the same issue happen in ATS Uzi. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull for the Leo up there. Oh, we got a card. We got a reshuffle check. The one whole card. It's going to be wow, point blank. LRM, low risk move. And I think it's probably going to want to pull back towards the city. And there's really nothing that can shoot at it. They're disrupted. They're disrupted. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's as far as she can go. Because it's 2 movement points, and he's only got 5 movement points. So 2 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. Well, he's done. See, that's a surprise. I would have stood and fought, maybe. So that's what so again, like I said, the solo assistant will throw you for a loop sometimes. But we did have a car. We did. Oops, focus. So we did pull a re-roll. So we got to roll 2d6. Oh, LRM means moves out of line of sight. Yes, I know the glossary. Yeah, if it's to stay out of line of sight, the only way I can go is forward or north or south, actually. But yeah, I think he'll probably just sit there and not really do anything, which means he wouldn't again get marked with an activation marker, which means he could activate later with a secondary command. And we're rolling to reshuffle. We got a 6 or better, so we reshuffled a single card. I'm just going to stick it into the middle. There we go. Done. Not in line of... oh, well, yeah, we got this guy, but he can't call in any artillery strikes because the mortars have already activated. The Gepard can fire at him. And, of course, the infantry can do their stuff. So now we got a bunch of stuff back here that can do something. So let's go ahead... Let's pull for the Gepard first because it's got 1 unit that's in line of sight and at point blank range, so it's going to be a red. If disrupted, low risk move. If not, fire. Well, we're not disrupted, so we're going to fire. It's range 18, so it's definitely well within point blank range. 2 dice at 5. It's going to be 2 dice at 4. At that T55. 2 hits. Wow. Imagine if the Gepards managed to knock out something. All right. The T55s get 2 dice at 5, but they get a 3rd dice because they're sitting in the wreck marker. That gives them 1 defensive bonus. So 3 dice at 5. Nothing. Of course not. Nope. Yeah. So yeah, those Gepards just laying away with the 40 millimeters managed to knock out 2 of the T55s. First hit disrupts it. Second hit flips it. That's not good. Not good at all. I mean, it is for the West Germans, but not for the Czechs. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what the infantry is going to do. Maybe the infantry will assault. That'd be something. So infantry, what's the range for infantry? 2 dice at 5. So closest is at point blank range. So it's going to be a red draw. Fire. All right, so they're going to fire. They can fire either it's the same, high explosive or armor piercing. You know what? Let's go after the units that aren't disrupted. Let's go ahead and pour fire into that OT-64. So it's going to be 2 dice at 5, 4 dice at 5 because they're stacked with the headquarters. Light that infantry, or light that armored car up. 2 hits. And the OT64 has 1 dice at 6. Yep. Well, that's what I said, wasn't it, Keith? Oh, point blank firepower. Derp, I know. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. All right. That would have been. Yeah, that would have been 4 dice at 4. All right, we'll re-roll it. I don't like to go back and re-roll, but that is kind of a major point. 4 dice at 4. All right, that's even worse. 3 hits. Thanks, Keith. I know procedurally it's the correct thing to do. All right, so re-roll 1 dice at 6 for defensive. Hey, all right, so we saved. All right, so we ended up with 2 hits on him. First hit's going to disrupt. Oh, I know there's 2 on there somewhere. First hit's going to disrupt. Second hit's going to flip. And we need to roll for the infantry. 1, 2, 3, it's fine. 4, 5, 6, it takes a step loss. 1, 2, 3, okay, they're fine. So they're disrupted. Everything's getting disrupted. Now, what we have, so that's the headquarters. With the Milan, with the infantry there, ops complete. So we got the Jaeger left. Oops. I forgot to mark the Gepard as ops complete. So the Martyr, not the Jaeger, the Martyr. Again, that's going to be a point blank because the closest thing to it is red. Or closest thing to it in line of sight is point blank. So it's going to be red command. Assault if firepower is greater than the target. Uh-oh. The Martyr's got a firepower of 2. The OT64. The Martyr's coming out to play. I don't think that triggers op fire from this unit. Does it, Keith? I don't think it does. I'll wait for Keith to give me an answer on that because I think it only triggers op fire from the hex that you're moving into, but I could be wrong. 11 people. We had 15 people watching at one point. Appreciate everybody. How's everybody's Friday night doing? If you're here, say hi. I like people chatting. I mean, even if you just kind of wave at me or flip me the middle finger or something, let me know you're here. Yeah, okay, so no op fire. Thank you. So yeah, it's going to be 2 dice at 4 for the Martyrs. It's going to be 1 hit. And the OT64s are going to be 1 dice at 6. They're disrupted, which is going to be 1 dice at 6. Yeah, Mortar has the advantage. Oh, oh wow. Got 1 hit. All right, so the attacker did not get more hits than the defender, so he's thrown back into the hex that he started in. Yeah, I know. Great, Keith. Both of them inflict 1 hit, so the Martyr's going to take a disrupted. Unfortunately, that's going to destroy the OT64. And Keith, I believe that's another roll to see what happens to the infantry. I think it's a little bit modified, though. So I think on a 1, 2, or 3, they're reduced, and a 4, 5, or 6, they're eliminated when they're roll for the entry up. I'm just trying to remember what the roll is. I think when the transport is destroyed, it's a 1, 2, 3 for 1 step loss and a 4, 5, 6 for destroyed. Is that right? You are correct. It was a yes. So I rolled a 3, so it's either going to be a 1 step loss, reduced and disrupted. Okay. Oh, Baron Skittles. We like Baron Skittles. So, okay, so they're disrupted. The Martyr's disrupted. Good God! See, I would have never done that. See, that's what the solo assistant is for. It'll do things that you just won't expect. And again, the people say, "Well, it's not something I'd ever do." It's like, well, you're not the solo assistant. Let the solo assistant do what it can. It's supposed to throw surprises at you like that. So, the problem is, I think that drops me below the threshold. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. No. I can only take 1 more loss because I have to exit 10 units off. I've got 18. and I've lost 7. So I cannot lose any more units, and I have to exit them all off. And yeah, it's not going to happen. We'll go ahead and play out this turn, see what happens with this turn. And that is going to be. Oh no, we can draw up here. Since we already drew a card for him and it didn't do anything, is there any sound? Well, yes. Can't you hear me, David? Can you turn? Do you have your volume on? Everybody's hearing me. Everybody's listening to me. So we're just going to draw a general card for this one. Since we already drew a card for him initially and it was no effect, we'll go straight to the secondary. I believe that's the correct way. Okay, there is sound. Okay. Okay, everybody's saying sound is good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Disrupted AoE and 0 dB. That's no effect. Or actually, no. Yeah, because the only thing that we haven't left to activate is that Leo up there. Oh, and the Jaeger's here. But let's see. AoE closest to a unit that just acted. Fire. Okay, Keith, you're going to have to help me with that because the unit that just acted, is that AO or PU that just acted? Because that's kind of throwing me a little bit. So let me wait for Keith to hear that. Either. Okay. Fire. Yeah, but see, we don't really have anything that has just acted. We've got disrupted units. And yeah. Okay, let's go over this again. Just acted as in this turn or previous turns going, because when you start at the beginning of a turn, you pull off all the ops complete marks, which is able to tell you a unit that just acted. Is it in this turn of just acted, or is it most recently activated? Well, you know what? Let me pull the glossary out. Where's the glossary? When in doubt, read the rules. That's just silly. Okay, just unit with an ops complete marker. Okay, that clears that right up. So I got nothing that falls under that parameter. All right, so we go to the next one. Disrupted AO, lowest move away. I mean, I could keep pulling until something happens for him. Let's go ahead and let's pull another one for him. Woo! AEO closest to a player unit. Fire. Okay, well, that right there, there's no disputing what that is. So he's going to fire at the closest unit, which is going to be this T-55 right here. So he's going to get 3 dice at 5, 3 dice at 4 for point blank. 2 hits. Yeah, this is probably going to end it for me. 2 hits. The T-55 gets 2 dice at 5, but he gets a third one for being in the woods hex. Yeah, all right. Yeah, now my dice are starting to do what they normally do. So that's going to be 2 unanswered hits on the T-55, which is enough, well, more than enough to pop them like a grape. All right. And we'll put that with ops complete. And yeah, that kind of does it. That I do not have the units left to be able to exit off, even with everything I have. That put me below the threshold. So I mean, I could do something, but you know, what are we going? We're going. Yeah, this is turn 11, Keith. 45 minutes. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and call it here because it'll just be futile at this point. But. Excuse me. But yeah, there we go. There we go, boys and girls. That is scenario 5, Raid at Regensburg. Yeah, Revenge of the Dice. Yes, my dice finally remembered. Oh yeah, we don't like this guy, so we're gonna go against him. This is an interesting scenario. I mean, I really like this one. I wouldn't mind playing this one. This is actually the second time I've played it. Wargaming garbage time. Well, we could have a little bit. Let's see. I think I can flip this around. Let's see. Can I flip it around so people can see me? Can people? People can't see. Oh, and I haven't shaved today, and my hair's a mess. I need to get a haircut. But yeah. So fun scenario. It's the second time I played it. Both times I played it with the the solo assistant, and both times the solo assistant has beaten me. I've played it from both sides. Or no, when I had the Czechs running as the solo assistant, they weren't able to win either. I've mentioned this before, and I will mention it again. I think the solo assistant really works best for a meeting engagement type scenario, or a defenders having the defenders or having the attackers being used as the solo assistant. There are defensive cards in, or defensive cards that are more defensively oriented, as we can see by that shield marker on the cards. I don't think there's enough, and this is just me. This is just me. There are 18 defensive cards in the solo assistant. But you only use 12 of them. There's 18 defensive, 18 offensive stance cards, plus the 32 normal cards. I think from my own perspective, my own personal choice, I think from here on forward, when I play with the solo assistant as the defender, I'm going to use all 18 defensive cards and maybe 6 or 12 standard stance cards. It's going to reduce the size of the deck. But I think as it stands now, the defender tends to be a bit more offensive in its posture. And I mean, again, it all comes down to your personal style of play. If you want to let the solo assistant be as an aggressive defender, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but I think from my own personal perspective, if I want a more defensively oriented battle with the solo assistant, I think I will shift up the cards that shift the cards out. And that, like I said, that's just me. That's just, and again, play the game, not the rules. Do what you want to do to make sure you are having a good time and you're having fun with it. Um, the maps in Storm and Steel, I absolutely love the maps in Storm and Steel. They are so congested and cluttered with woods and cultivated. I absolutely love it. It allows the pack units to really shine because they're not getting picked off at 50 hexes by NATO units, and they get a chance to get up and bring the battle to a parity most times by close assaulting. Because at that point, at that range, in an assault, all things being equal, in T55, T64, T72, T80, whatever, 2 dice at 4 on the assault, M1s, Leos, Pattons, Challengers, whatever. Again, 2 dice at 4. So it's a level playing field, but the Soviets have the advantage because at that point they have the numbers, because they're not losing so many units when they're trying to cross all that open ground. So I really, really do love these maps. The Frankfurt map is the same way, although that's got a lot more hills in it, and it's easier to get the height advantage and keep an eye on people. But yeah, if anybody's got any questions, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I don't know. Nobody. I got 15 people. Come on, there's got to be some type of questions. Nothing. Bueller. Bueller. Oh, you're welcome, Keith. Anytime. I appreciate it. I love this game to death. I truly do. It is a fun game. So, nothing. What's my next playthrough? Good question, Chet. I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of stuff that I can do. It's just what I may do, because I threatened this in a video couple videos back. I may break out the Advanced Tobruk system and use the lock and load. I mean, you might notice I've got a few. I got a few lock and load titles, but I've got the lock and load solo assistant up there, and so I may break out an ATS scenario and use the solo assistant from the lock and load tactical, because I play hockey. Dave, I'm not doing sports that much anymore. They both use an impulse system, so I'm interested to find out how ATS would work with the lock and load tactical. Gunslinger, I could do Gunslinger. I've had a lot of people ask. Sixth Fleet and Gunslinger get a lot of requests. I should break out Gunslinger or Sixth Fleet again. Those get a lot of requests. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. My workload's starting to pile up a little bit. I've got a couple 3 videos I need to shoot over the next couple 3 days, but I'm sure I hope people will enjoy whatever I do next. So need to trim my eyebrows too. They're all looking Moriarty-ish. Yeah, I guess that's it. 50 minutes. Hope everybody enjoyed. I don't know how often I'll do this. I don't like that it only transmits in 720p. So you don't get a really good. Oh, Uzi had a question. What was Uzi's question? Oh, how does the war pack win? This scenario, yeah, you just got to swarm them. I mean, I got some bad dice rolls, and well, there. I also had like 3 turns that I didn't have the packs, the checks, make a formation activation at all. So, platoon commander. No, I haven't done much with the platoon commander series, but there were 3 turns that pack formations just didn't get to activate. So as you can see how close it got. I mean, it came down to basically turn 11. Um, I mean, if I'd had those 3 extra turns, I might have been able to push through. But the biggest thing that hurt me was I just lost too many units, and I think part of me losing too many units is because I didn't have that many turns that I activated, and the Germans just outpaced me in activations, and I think that's what really hurt. So, but it's a tough one for the pack to win, but it's very doable in my opinion. So that's what it is. Is there any other questions? I think there was. See Kickstarters for the other modules. SW. Yes, you will see Kickstarters. When I can't say that's all David and Keith's wheelhouse. I'm just a reviewer and a devotee of the game. I have nothing to do with that side of things. Lock and load tactical. That's a different story. That's my wheelhouse. But for the World at War, that's all David and Keith. And I know Blood and Fury is going to be out this year, probably first or second quarter. That's all I know. That's maybe. We'll see. Hopefully. That's the plan. So yeah, I guess that's about all I got. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section below. I'll see everybody next time. See ya. Now the question is, how do I turn this silly thing off? Yes.